Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my Minecraft Hardcore Let's Play. I've just spent a little bit of time gathering up some wood for a building project that I want to do in today's episode. I've chopped up quite a lot of spruce as well as pale and dark oak, and I think I've got about enough now. At least for what I want to do today. But what is it that I want to do today? Well, I'll tell you. Over here we have this somewhat pathetic gate situation, and I would like to make this into a beautiful, large, working redstone gatehouse today. Or at least, I'm hoping it'll be working. I'm not very good at redstone, so we'll see. But, anyway, I want to have a bridge leading up to this gatehouse. There is, of course, one big problem with that. If I want to have a bridge going across here, then that bridge needs to be above the water level. Unfortunately, my entire village is exactly at sea level, which is not great. I need to have the gatehouse in place before I can get working on anything else around here. Because this entire area, the village center, these farming plots, that building, they all depend on this gatehouse because they all kind of build around it. So I have to have this in place before I can get working on anything else. Luckily, I do actually have a solution for the bridge problem. I will just raise this entire area up by about 4 or 5 blocks. Then we can have a staircase coming down into the lower part of the village, and it should hopefully all still make sense. Right, Peanut? Yeah. Unfortunately for me, these villagers cannot be trusted with me opening up this gate. So I'm just gonna make some fences to temporarily block that off. I'm really hoping this will do it. I'm just gonna drag these fences all the way from this wall over here, all the way along like this. And this tree is unfortunately in the way, so it's just gonna have to go. So sorry. With this, I have locked myself out as well, so I might also need a fenced gate. And my iron golems can walk over. Of course they can. Why wouldn't they be able to walk over? Excuse me, could you guys get out? So the way I'm gonna do this is I will just raise the entire village, everything you see right here, by 1 block. So eventually it'll all be at this Y level. And then over here, I'm just going to raise that by about 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, like that. And then this will be some sort of retaining wall. I'm hoping that'll make sense. And then there will obviously be buildings around this, blocking parts of this retaining wall off. And then we'll have dedicated staircases where you can get up and down. I think that'll make sense. For now though, I'll just use some stone to temporarily build up this retaining wall. It probably won't be stone in the end, but at least for now, that'll just have to do. Maybe a little bit like this. There will be a retaining wall here, and then this will be a little bit higher. This village center will eventually move probably to about here. You can come up this staircase right here, and then this will be the ground level up here. I usually just like working with the Minecraft terrain, but in this particular case, a bridge seems really cool here, but it just can't be done with this current terrain. At least not a medieval castle type bridge. And that's kind of what I wanted to go for, so I'm just gonna fill all of this in. Something a little bit like this should work, and for now I'm also just gonna put the rest of the retaining wall in here. Just a little bit like this. All of this might extend further out, probably to there maybe, but for now this is just gotta do because this structure is kind of in the way still. That's okay though, I now have plenty of space to build up the gatehouse. I am fully aware, by the way, that this might not make any sense to you right now. I have all of this planned out in my head and it will look great in the future, just trust me. Okay, now the next step is just to take down this section of old wall. We don't want any of this, so I'm just gonna take it down. I think it can make place for something way more grand, and hopefully it'll look a lot better, right Charlie? This section where the gate is gonna slope up even further, probably by about 2 blocks. So this will be the actual level where the gate is going to be. With all the buildings around it, that would hopefully make some sense at least. I am just quickly going to put this gate back in place so that no zombies can get in while I'm building. It would be kind of sad if our villagers died again. Okay, so on either side of this gate, I want to have a tower. So this middle section is going to be made out of stone brick. and then on either side here, a large tower. That would hopefully make sense, I think. I'm gonna have a rather large circular tower on this side and then a slightly smaller one over there. This will hopefully be a pretty decent plan for a foundation. On this side, I'm gonna make the tower out of stone bricks, but I'm gonna have these dark oak posts on the corners, just to break up all the grey, hopefully. I know I'm saying a lot of hopefully, but I really don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just guessing if it'll look good. This kind of looks weird. I think I have a solution though. I'm just gonna take down this tower over here, and I'm gonna move it 1 block to the front. That way, it'll hopefully not look so weird. Because right now, this stone is flushed with the stone brick, which I kind of don't like. But if I move it 1 block to the front, then that should hopefully go away. Oh, of course, rain. Sure. Once again, I'm just gonna build this up and see if it looks any better. It's also entirely possible that this entire tower is too big for this gate, which would be sad, but it's okay. I'm also going to build this tower up so that we can get a proper idea of how this will look in the end. Okay, let's see. I think this tower might be too large. Maybe I should opt for a tower about that size instead for this one. I didn't really want these towers to be the same, but we can always make them asymmetrical in different ways. Okay, yeah, this definitely looks better. I quite like it. I know I'm changing my mind a lot, but I really think it's important to plan out these builds before you actually commit to all the details. That way you don't have to take down an entire structure once you realize you don't like it. I'm also just going to bring down all of these towers to the sea level. I'll also just add a cobblestone foundation to this tower just to break up all the stone brick going into the water. That looks much better. Then on this side, we're just going to make this part of the retaining wall into some sort of house-like structure. This will maybe be where the guards work or something like that. It'll at least just add some interest to this overall build, I hope. This will then obviously come out like so, and then this part of the tower will just be knocked down so that this connects on the inside. Just over here on the side, we'll add another little building. This will narrow down the streets and kind of force you to walk in the middle. This looks pretty good from the street level, and I think it adds some nice dimension to this whole building. Now, I kind of want this road to be made out of tuff. It'll add a little bit of a darker color to this area, which I think it definitely needs. I think having the road come up like this kind of makes sense. Now up here, I have started working on another one of these buildings coming off of the tower and a second tower over here. This one will be square, and I'm just going to build it all the way up with these stone bricks. The more that I was looking at this build, the more I started to realize something. I didn't actually like it. It just felt like the build lacked life. It felt empty. The longer I was thinking about it, the more I realized that it had nothing to do with the shape of the build, or the lack of details. I think I know what the problem is, and it might be a problem that occurs in this entire village. If you look at the villagers' houses, they look warm. Although they're somewhat ugly and really simple, they look nice. I like them. But if you look at my buildings, they lack that warmth, and I think that might have everything to do with the pale oak. And although I'm sure it can look good in certain situations, I just don't think it works for this village. I've not really liked a single one of the buildings here, and before this I just couldn't figure out why, but I think it might be the pale oak. I think the pale oak might just be too neat and clean. I just don't like it. It feels off. So I'd say we swap it out for something I like better. I think our buildings would feel a lot cozier if we use oak wood instead. I really wanted to try something different for this series, but I somehow always end up back at oak, and I think I know why. This just looks so much better. Look at that. It looks so much more alive. I'm sure there is a place for the pale oak wood, but it's certainly not in this village. As you can see, I've been working very hard building this gatehouse, and I'd say it's looking pretty great now. I'm super happy that I chose to use oak for this building. I think it looks great, and it's so much better than the pale oak. I might change that out on the other buildings in the village as well, just to make everything very cohesive, which I think is quite important in such a close together village. All these buildings are going to be really crammed together, and I think it's pretty important that they all kind of have the same vibe to them. They'll obviously have different details and stuff like that, but I think it'd be good if the general block palette kind of matched. As you can see, I have removed this structure over here. I think it was kind of overcomplicating everything, and it was just getting a little bit too close to the gates. That way it just felt really cramped and weird. So I got rid of that, and eventually we'll obviously have a building over here. This is not just gonna stay empty like that. I'm sure it'll all look amazing in the end. There's really nothing on the interior yet, but I'm sure we'll figure this out eventually as well. Because I've been so indecisive about the block choices and building locations, this has led to my axe being really low on durability, which is not great. The enchants on this also aren't amazing, so maybe we should work on getting a better axe. What do you say, Kitty? I think that's a pretty good goal. As you can see, I have also opened this up back again, because I've made it all safe for the villagers with this railing. I'm not sure it's gonna look like this in the end, but for now this should keep the villagers from jumping to their death. Now, let's work on my axe. Up here in the library, I've stored this axe, which I've enchanted a little while ago, and it has Silk Touch and Efficiency 4, which is a great start. All it really needs is some unbreaking on it, and then it's kind of perfect. Not entirely, of course, but pretty close. I luckily have a villager that's trading unbreaking, so all I need is just some emeralds and a book. That should be no issue. There we go, a book. Now, let's go find that villager. Hello. Are you? Yes. This villager is trading unbreaking. It's quite expensive, but I have the emeralds for it, so it really doesn't matter. There we go. There's also this jobless villager. Maybe we can figure out what job we should give to him. We really can't be having unemployment around here. I'm pretty sure there's only 3 types of villagers that I don't have yet. One of them is a butcher. That should be pretty easy to make though. I just need a smoker, which I'm pretty sure you craft, yeah, just like that. Okay. This butcher really won't have any interesting trades for me, but you know, it's always fun to have. I think I'll just put this job stand outside of this building, maybe just right here. We'll obviously eventually have to transform it into something prettier, but we really shouldn't be prioritizing building a butcher shop right now. Hello. Like I said, these trades aren't too interesting, but it really doesn't matter. I have the emeralds, and it's just fun to have all the villager professions around the village. That just seems like so cool. Having all these different types of villagers wandering around, selling different things, having their own little shops, it's just amazing. Now, let me go put this unbreaking book on the axe. If we combine these, this should make for a really good pickaxe. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. This should work a lot better than this one. This didn't have a lot of unbreaking on it or efficiency. This one will be much nicer. I will take the enchant off of this just so I can eventually enchant it with another efficiency 4 enchant, just so we can combine these and then have like a perfect diamond axe. Because this is good, but it's not quite perfect. So we'll just take that off and we can just store it up here for now. I don't have the levels to enchant right now, but I'm sure we will eventually. With my axe all fixed up, I think it's time to turn our attention back to the gatehouse, because that's just what it is, a gatehouse. There's no actual gate. This weird situation that tricks mobs into not walking through, it's not very castle-y, it's not very grand. This just won't do. And because I apparently hate myself, I decided that I would like to build a redstone gate. However, I'm not very good at redstone, so I'm not sure how good this will work. So I've decided that maybe some sort of sand falling gate would be the easiest to make. However, for that we do need sticky pistons, and although I got some in the last episode from the jungle temple, that is nowhere near enough. I only have 3 and I'm pretty sure I need 6. Yeah, right here. I only have 3, I need a little bit more. Unfortunately for me, I do not have slime, which is required. I do know where a swamp is though, so we can definitely get some slime. I just have to hope that the moon is at its right phase for this. because I'm pretty sure that on a new moon, no slime spawn, and then most slime spawn on a full moon. That's how that works, right? I was gonna go right now, but I just realized that I don't actually have enough food for this. That would be a big oversight. So I'm just gonna head back into my house and grab some of that. Oh, I have a bunch of ore smelting, but no beef. Maybe there's some in here. No. The moon is about halfway. That should be fine. I do have to sleep right now though, because we're not in the swamp yet and I don't want my villagers to die, so just a quick nap is in order. There we go. These golden carrots will work just as well for food. Steak is tasty, but it's probably better for my cows if I go vegetarian. Now, let's head up to the swamp. I'm pretty sure it's just really far that way. Should be no issue getting there though. I'm really happy we did all that exploring earlier. That way you just kind of have an idea of where all the biomes are at and you don't have to go looking for them once I need them. It's just really handy. Oh my gosh, look at these horses. They're beautiful. I think it would be super cool if we could ride around using spears on horseback, just slaying all our enemies. That would be amazing. I might eventually have to work on getting some. This is a really big crater. Wow. Oh my gosh. Please note, do not fall in there. Oh, look at that. There's the savannah. I'm pretty sure behind it is the swamp. That really wasn't as far as a trip as I remembered. I guess it sort of helps if you don't stop along the way. That took me like barely 5 minutes, not a long walk at all. Alright, here we are in the beautiful swamp. I did forget my bow though, which may have not been the smartest move. Oh, I'm really hoping the size of the moon was increasing and not decreasing, because if it was, we might be here a while, but I'm sure it's fine. While we wait for nighttime, I'll just cut down some of these swamp trees. Seeing as I have decided I want to build the village house's walls with this, it really can't hurt to have some on hand. And clearing out all these trees will make it easier for me to spot slimes, which is just an added bonus. There we go, night's falling. I'm really hoping forgetting my bow won't cause my imminent demise. That would be very unfortunate. It's kind of dark. Let me just turn my brightness up. Hold on. There we go. That's a little bit better. And I do see a spider. Hello. Excuse me. Oh, don't jump. Yes, die. That's right. Lots of zombies. Do we see any slime? Oh, back there. Okay. Hello. There is an enderman back there, but I just have to make sure we don't look at it. Where did I see that slime? Oh, right over here. Oh, the moon's full. We are in luck. Oh my gosh. Can we get any slime balls though? Oh, that's one. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I don't need you. Oh, lots of slime balls. And there was another slime back there. There's also a witch though. I don't like witches. Sure we can handle her though. There we go. Okay, now there's just 5 skeletons shooting at me. They're fighting each other, which is good. Oh, the knockback of my sword's kind of annoying though. Excuse you. It's fine. There's so many slime spawning. We came here on the perfect night for this. Look at that. The moon's perfectly full. I can just gather up a whole bunch of these and never ever have to come back. Look, there's another one of these big slimes, and another one back there. This is kind of perfect. Excuse me. Hello. There is so many slime. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is getting a little bit overstimulating. Could you guys die, please? Every zombie in a 100-block radius is coming after me, as usual. It's fine. This is totally fine. You know what? This might be getting a little bit hairy for my liking. No, please leave me alone. Oh! There's a mob I haven't seen in a while. The night seems to be ending. Oh! Oh my gosh. You scared the living daylight out of me. Now I'm cornered. Okay. Okay. Hello. The little slimes are kind of cute. They are all dead now. That's great, I got a ton of slime balls. We got super lucky with the full moon and all. With all the slime balls gathered up, I think it's safe to go home. Oh, look at that! There's a ruined portal right here. That is pretty cool, and this should be unexplored still. Let's see. Just some basic armor, nothing too special. Ah, here we are, home sweet home. I really do think my gatehouse is looking pretty good already, even though the bridge is not actually in place yet, and this underside is looking kind of awkward because of that. I just think it looks so castle-y and kind of royal. I just love it. Alright, with all the required materials collected, I can now finally get started on this redstone door. And I've just spent a little bit of time in a creative world designing this thing, and I've got it pretty much all figured out. The only problem is that I could only make it 2 blocks high because I just couldn't figure out the timings for the pistons to work correctly for a 3x3. So it's just gonna be a 2x3 door. I'm sure it'll work fine, though we can figure something out for the design of this, and that should make it look still pretty good. I hope. Okay, let me just go get some materials for that. I'm pretty sure I need a few pistons, quite a few repeaters, as well as a lot of redstone, so that shouldn't be an issue. I'm just gonna make the redstone on stone bricks, just so I know not to break those. Right, pistons. I need 2 more, I'm pretty sure. Then one of these new pistons has to be sticky like that, and then I just need repeaters. How do you craft those again? Right, regular stone. That will hopefully do it, I think. I hope. Oh, I also need 2 more pistons, I almost forgot. And a redstone block, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is everything. I just need a gravity block. And seeing as this door is kind of made out of wood, I would kind of like to use brown concrete powder. Oh, night's falling. I'm just gonna take a little nap first. And I'm pretty sure I do actually have cocoa beans somewhere. Oh, I have lots of cocoa beans, wow. This we can make brown dye and some concrete. I just need sand and gravel. Just like that, that's more than enough. And that should be everything. The design is easy enough for even me to understand it, so this should not cause any issues. I am just gonna get some more fences, just so I can block off that part of the building. I don't want my villagers to get in the way of the redstone. I just need some fences. It is totally possible that I will have to adjust the flow of this road, because I'm not sure how this is gonna work. Now we can take out this, and we can dig this down. There's really not much digging required though, seeing as this already has a massive hole underneath it. It's kind of perfect, really. Now the pistons are going to start here with the sticky pistons on the bottom and the regular pistons on top of that, and then just 2 layers of the concrete powder, like that. And all we have to do is just make the pistons extend up so that this gate is blocked off. I'm hoping that won't be too difficult. Gonna need a little bit more space under here, so you can't really have the gravel. I'm hoping this will all fit. That's kind of my main concern with this. Does it ever not rain? Oh, that is not rain. That's a thunderstorm. Oh my gosh, I'm having more flashbacks. Please don't kill my villagers. This is fine. Sure, my villagers are okay. There you go. I think they are. It's fine. Okay. Just to make sure my villagers don't get struck by lightning again, I'm really just quickly gonna craft a lightning rod and put it on top of the tower we just built. It would be really unfortunate if my villagers died again. Where is my copper? Oh, right here. I just need 3 pieces and this should protect my villagers from all the lightning. I'm just gonna put it on top of this tower over on the fence there. There we go. That shouldn't cause any issues anymore now. And now we can get back to the redstone, which I have realized needs to be at this level, which is kind of unfortunate because that means the road has to come out a little bit. Just need some blocks here and then some more blocks over here, and then we just need repeaters going into here like so, and these need to be at 2 ticks, I'm pretty sure. And then we need some redstone going up this like so, and then attached to that we just need some repeaters over there. Okay, this should be fine. It's okay. Now I just gotta fix this road. Now in theory this should work. It just needs to be powered, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. That is pretty easy though. Just need a piston right here, I think, with a redstone block. And then when that piston gets powered, it pushes the redstone block onto the circuit, extending the door upwards. That seems easy enough. Okay, then I just need 2 pistons on either side of this in the floor, like so. And then I just need a repeater going into that middle piston over here. And then just a gravity block on each of these side pistons. Now all I have to do is figure out where exactly I want the button for this door. So we just need redstone on this block, and then over here we just need a button, like that. Perfect. Then I'll just have to bring the terrain over to meet this, and we just need a redstone line coming from over here up to there, just like that. And then if we press the button up above, then that should get triggered and power the door. I hope. Okay, let's see. Moment of truth. Perfect, it extended, and if we press the button again, then it retracts perfectly, leaving the gate open for us to walk through. I love it. Okay. Now we just need a button on the other side. Just so I don't get stuck out here. We just have to extend the road a little bit, and then the button can go here maybe. And then this redstone line can come up like that, and it probably won't interfere with the redstone door, I hope. And this will eventually obviously get hidden in a bridge pillar or something like that. Now if we press this button, the door should open and we can walk through and close it on this side. And it's all super quick and easy and totally hidden under the road. Beautiful, I love it. And then just some spruce planks up here just to close the gate off. I love it, look how well that works. Oh my gosh, it is perfect. Now none of our enemies can get in and my villagers can't get out. I'd say that's a big success. And we can take down this fence. Okay, I've just spent a little bit more time fixing up the interior on this gatehouse. So now when you come in here, there's a ladder going up into this room with some storage and stuff like that, and a door onto this balcony section, which will eventually connect up to the wall that'll be here. This tower also connects up to this part of the build where you can look down and maybe shoot down arrows or throw potions down at your enemies. You kind of just get a really cool overview of the whole area, and this connects to the other tower, which has a nice lookout up here. That should function pretty good for a gatehouse. I've also spent some time in here just fixing up the ceiling and the floor and stuff like that. And this I initially had planned for it to be some sort of guardhouse where guards can kind of live and have their weapons stored. But I thought instead of a guardhouse, it could maybe be the place where the cartographer kind of works and lives, because I think it just kind of makes sense to have that sort of shop right next to the gate, so that when you go on an adventure, you can first buy your map over here at the cartographer. That makes some sense. So I've decided to decorate this building as some sort of cartographer map shop instead. Maybe just with a little countertop in place like that, and then some greenery from different biomes, maybe even some in the ceiling. Obviously some wares that they're selling displayed like that, and a carpet just to give all the visitors a nice warm welcome. And then we kind of just have to move the cartographer into his shop. Hello, I've made a beautiful new building for you, come on. I'll just take that, maybe just right here, and then he should find that and start working up here. Is he gonna figure it out? It's just up there, really not that far. Yeah, he gets it. Okay, now he has started working over here. Perfect. Maybe we can even decorate with some sort of map just displayed on the counter here. Maybe I have one lying around. Hold on. Oh yeah, lots of buried treasure maps. This should look pretty cool just displayed on the countertop there. Just like that. Yeah, okay. That looks very cool. It's not filled in all the way. I might have to work on that later. I'm sure it's fine though. Look at him working behind the countertop. Back here is a little bedroom, by the way, with some extra beds, just so we can get a couple more extra villagers. I don't know if we really need them, but it's always nice to have. And I think this shop looks super cute. I love it. With that though everyone, I do believe that is all the time that I have for today's episode. Let me know what you guys think of the Gatehouse. I certainly love it and I think it works great. Please do like the video if you enjoyed and make sure to subscribe if you're new here. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye everyone!